Disclaimer: the information in this podcast is for educational purposes only. It is not medical advice, and I am not a doctor. Always consult a licensed healthcare professional before starting, stopping, or adjusting any supplement, peptide, or treatment protocol. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of HPNs, or Human Peptide Networks, and their connection to health, performance, and longevity. Peptides are small chains of amino acids that act like messengers in the body. They tell cells what to do, when to do it, and how long to keep doing it. HPNs are essentially the intricate communication system of peptides that support nearly every function in the body. When we talk about HPN peptides, we're exploring the natural signals that regulate healing, immune function, metabolism, cognition, and even how we age. Think of it like a city filled with traffic lights, crosswalks, and signals. Without them, everything is chaos. With them, the system runs smoothly. Peptides are those signals, and HPNs are the network of roads and lights that guide them. Let's start by looking at some examples of HPN peptides that play a role in cellular repair and regeneration. Thymosin alpha-1 is a peptide that helps balance the immune system. It boosts defenses when the body is under threat, but it can also calm the system down if inflammation is spiraling out of control. Another is BPC-157, often called the body protection compound, which supports healing of gut tissue, tendons, and even the brain. Moving into the metabolic category, HPNs include peptides like GLP-1 analogs, which regulate appetite, glucose balance, and weight control. These peptides signal satiety in the brain, helping reduce overeating, and they improve insulin sensitivity, which protects against metabolic syndrome. In the realm of neurological function, we find peptides such as Cmax and C-Link. These act on neurotransmitters, improving focus, memory, mood, and resilience to stress. Imagine having a more finely tuned brain response, quicker recall, and less anxiety. That's the type of support certain HPN peptides can provide. What's fascinating about HPN peptides is how interconnected they are. One peptide rarely works in isolation. Instead, they form networks, influencing and amplifying one another. For example, improving gut health with BPC-157 can lead to improved neurotransmitter production in the brain, which then affects mood and cognition. Supporting thymic peptides can enhance immune health, which indirectly influences inflammation levels throughout the body, impacting everything from joints to mental clarity. When you consider longevity, HPN peptides shine even brighter. Peptides such as epithalon are linked with telomere support. Telomeres are protective caps at the end of chromosomes that shorten as we age. Supporting them is like adding tread to your tires, helping your cells divide and function longer without wearing out. Another example is MOS-C, a mitochondrial peptide that helps optimize energy production and stress resilience at the cellular level. One of the most important aspects of HPN peptides is safety and precision. Because they mimic natural signals the body already uses, they are often better tolerated than many drugs. However, this does not mean they are risk-free. Dosing, timing, and the specific peptide choice are critical. Too much or too little can cause imbalances. That's why clinical oversight is so important. Athletes often use HPN peptides to accelerate recovery and performance. Compounds like TB-500 and growth hormone-releasing peptides enhance tissue repair and muscle recovery, helping them bounce back from intense training. But beyond athletics, these same peptides are being studied for their potential in treating chronic injuries, fibrotic diseases, and even organ regeneration. Another exciting area is the potential synergy between HPN peptides and stem cell therapy. When stem cells are given the right peptide signals, their survival and integration improve dramatically. Imagine combining regenerative cells with precise peptide messengers to create a double impact on healing. That's where a lot of cutting-edge research is heading. But beyond performance and longevity, HPN peptides have a place in everyday health. For someone struggling with chronic fatigue, mitochondrial peptides may help restore energy. For someone dealing with depression or brain fog, neuropeptides can help rebalance neurotransmitters. For aging skin and connective tissue, cosmetic peptides such as GHK-Cu can stimulate collagen production and improve elasticity. As research expands, new HPN peptides are discovered and categorized. Some are still in experimental phases, others are already widely used clinically in parts of the world. The big picture is that we are just scratching the surface of what these signaling molecules can do. It's important to pause here and remind you that while peptides may sound like miracle molecules, they are not magic. They are tools. Their effectiveness depends on context, on the health of the person, on the environment, and on how they are used. Now, let's explore the future of HPN peptides. Scientists are mapping peptide networks more thoroughly, creating digital models of how these molecules interact in the human body. The goal is to identify weak points in an individual's network and then target those with specific peptides to restore balance. Personalized peptide therapy is the future. Instead of one-size-fits-all, you might get a peptide prescription tailored to your genetic makeup, your lifestyle, and even your microbiome. There is also exciting research on oral and transdermal delivery. Traditionally, peptides are injected because they are fragile and can break down in the stomach. But advances in nanotechnology and protective carriers may allow us to take certain peptides orally or through the skin. Imagine applying a cream that delivers anti-aging peptides directly to cells, or swallowing a capsule that signals fat metabolism. HPN peptides may also play a role in preventing disease. For example, immune-regulating peptides are being studied for their ability to reduce autoimmunity and strengthen defense against infections. Cardiovascular peptides may help protect against plaque buildup in arteries. Neuroprotective peptides could one day help prevent neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease. At the same time, researchers are exploring how to combine peptides with lifestyle interventions. Exercise, diet, and sleep are all powerful modulators of peptide networks. For instance, intermittent fasting naturally boosts certain peptides related to growth hormone and autophagy. Exercise stimulates peptides that support mitochondrial function and repair. The synergy between natural behaviors and targeted peptide therapy is one of the most promising areas moving forward. One challenge with HPN peptides is regulation. In many places, they are considered research chemicals and not yet approved for mainstream medical use. This means access can be limited or inconsistent. It also raises questions about purity and quality control. Using unregulated sources can be risky, as contaminants or inaccurate dosages may undermine both safety and results. That's why education is so important. Understanding what HPN peptides are, how they work, and where they may be safely and responsibly applied is the foundation for future use. More clinical trials are needed, and more awareness among healthcare providers is critical. The vision is a world where chronic disease is not just managed but reversed, where aging is not simply endured but optimized, where the body's own peptide signals are harnessed to restore vitality, resilience, and health. Before we wrap up, I'll share this thought. HPN peptides show us that health is not random. It is orchestrated. The body is constantly sending signals, constantly adapting, constantly working to repair itself. By learning how to support and enhance those signals, we may unlock levels of performance and longevity that were once thought impossible. Disclaimer: this podcast is for informational purposes only. It is not medical advice. Always consult a licensed healthcare provider before making changes to your health routine, supplements, or therapies. Thanks for listening, keep learning, and stay curious.